A warm welcome to all the listeners. Listen to the Blue Horse. Dr.C.K.N. is in conversation with Pooja. I'm sure you'll enjoy this session, and I'm sure it's going to be some food for your thought.
Hello everybody, welcome to another podcast with the Blue Horse. Hi Doctor.
Hi.
Can we talk about the rise of AI?
You want to know what is artificial intelligence?
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence is mankind's dream. The mankind is been working very hard in the last 50 years to replace a human brain. Because you know why?
Why?
They can take the back seat and the machine works.
Okay.
One of the factors of modernization is AI. Okay. Now, industrial revolution, what has happened in the last century, came out making mankind produce mechanized machineries, automated, which can go on producing components, products, right? Without human power, right? You cannot go on making everything in hand, right?
Yes.
You need labor. And that labor is painful at times for them, okay? They form an union, you have to give them salary, you have to give them bonus, you have to give them holidays, all that kind of thing. When it comes to the question of business scenario, you want machines which can produce your products without human interference, right? Automated. Then when you do that, what happens? Majority of the mankind goes without job, right?
Yes.
So what do they do for their livelihood when they don't get their salary? They're going to be in trouble, right? So that's what has happened all these years in the last 100 years now, okay? So slowly we moved on to computerization for handling enormous data like transport sectors, railways, civil aviation sector, airways, financial sector of handling bank accounts of so many people, insurance sector handling millions of data, all that kind of thing, right?
Right.
Slowly we came into computerization. Computerization by itself is an artificial intelligence, right? What 100 people can do, a computer can do. Once upon a time, what 100 people can do, one computer can do. Something like that. You got it?
Yes.
But agriculture is something which gives us food, cannot be brought under artificial intelligence, right? An artificial intelligence cannot grow rice.
Of course.
It's not possible. So this is how the whole evolutionary part of our life manifestation on earth, when it comes to the question of business, of very, very different number of areas where production is involved, Say for example, producing, the writing pens, producing toys, right? Producing electronics, producing televisions, production of automobiles, two-wheelers, cars, production of batteries, production of lights. Now we had the tungsten-based lights, then we came into mercury-based lights, then we came into sodium vapor-based lights, then we came into LEDs and LCDs, all these things are, needed in millions and millions for all the households and commercial areas of malls and business houses and offices and so on. It goes on and on and on. Entertainment field needs so many products, okay? All that kind of thing. So where modernization brought in a number of automated manufacturing machines without human interference, and these human interference is not there, then people don't get job, their livelihood get affected. So later on, the computerization when it came, and it slowly moved into, nearly about 45 years ago, OOPs and all were there, OOPS, object-oriented programming and all that kind of stuff. Software designing and all that stuff is to eliminate, group leaders, where the softwares can handle, okay? All that kind of thing. So slowly we moved into artificial intelligence, and now artificial intelligence in the last 15 years has taken up a tremendous speed, okay? Now, ever since Y2K was solved at the end of millennium, right? And the computerized way of living with electronics has become very high now. Like today, you and me, we cannot survive without the telephones, like touchscreens. Because we hold all our memory bank there, right? Yes. If I pull off your mobile phone, your touchscreen phone, you're gone. You won't be able to live your day-to-day life. Can you? Can you remember numbers?
No.
Phone numbers.
We are used to it.
Will you? I don't remember your number. I go through my list and I put your name and I call you. Suddenly, if somebody turned around and asked me, can you tell me so-and-so's number? I have to search my screen.
We have become dependable to the smartphones.
Yeah. So the brain has lost its capacity of holding memory. 50 years ago, when these touchscreens were not there, people used to remember numbers, right?
Yeah.
Now we don't. The husband don't remember the wife's number. The wife doesn't know the husband number. They go through the screen, right? So our brain is becoming lazy, right? Losing its capacity. Our memory bank has become smaller and smaller and smaller. The next step is artificial intelligence, where hundreds and thousands of people working in the area of information technology with their computers and laptops and whatnot, right? Handling data and all that stuff. So if I am going to replace them with something called AI, then what's going to happen to all these people? This is one scenario, okay? The second scenario is, what happens when your artificial intelligence fails? Then you are stranded, right?
Yeah.
See, one very famous airlines of Europe, okay? Their software system, their flights are flying all over the world. I don't want to name the company. Suddenly, this has happened about 6 months back. One day, their software system of networking failed. So there was no information available whatsoever on the screen.
Okay.
For the people who are handling it,
Okay.
right? So their flights are all over the world. One flight is taking off from Tokyo, it is going to Amsterdam. One flight is taking off from Madrid, it is coming to Heathrow. One number of flights is taking off from Heathrow, goes to New York, right? Like that, there are flights flying all over the world. Now, what happens to all this information? That software system of networking has failed. All the flights were stranded because information is not available to anyone. Now, what do? So I have to sit in war footing, recorrect the entire system. Then only information available for all the routings and other things, and so many informations are required, So it took more than 1.5 days for them to come back to normalcy by reviving the whole system working back again. In these 1.5 days, there hundreds of flights were cancelled. The passengers were stranded.
Okay.
Suppose tomorrow, you go to a bank, and now, it is that computerized networking of banking, in India. If you are having your account in one particular nationalized bank or whatever, X bank, you can operate your bank account from Delhi, you being a person living in Bangalore. You can operate your bank account from, any part of the country.
Yeah.
Because it's called core banking.
It's all connected.
Yeah. Suppose some days when you go to the bank, they say, ma'am, our system is down. It will take another half an hour or 1 hour to, get back. Please pardon us, you have to wait. Right? So these are all what is the problems in the existing system. They are also one part of artificial intelligence, a small portion of it, like I would call it that way. And when the system doesn't function, then you are stranded. You won't be able to execute your need or your transaction in time. You got it? Now, global networking of many businesses, which are the multinational companies. For example, a big food giant who's got hundreds and hundreds of their restaurants under their banner and name in every country in the world. It is a global network, right? And this whole global network is connected to one head office. As from there, he can open up his screen and see what's happening in every part of the world with this business scenario going on. I'm telling you this for example. If the system fails, what happens?
Everything collapses.
He's stranded without access to information. If he wants to sit and see what is happening around the world, at least for the next 3 hours, the system is not going to come into place. And he's without any information because the screen is not going to open up and tell him because the system has failed. And he has to revive the system back again, to go through what he wants the informations to be seen, right?
Yes.
So these are all the handicap situation, okay? It doesn't happen very often. It seldom happens. But, people who are working on the hardware and the software and all that, the troubleshooters, immediately they, in war footing, they take it as an emergency and work hard and put the systems back in action so that the normalcy is restored. Right?
Yes.
These are all the basic scenarios for you to understand. But then when it comes to the question of artificial intelligence, every advanced country in this world, even the third world countries, enormous the agencies or the firms and, the people who are hungry for business and all that stuff, been working very hard and investing a lot of money in developing a lot of artificial intelligence tools and whatnot. to make things glorious. Now, artificial intelligence is one of the most needed area of business for mankind, where they know that they can generate huge amount of money. Okay, you're running an organization as a business organization. I come to you, I tell you that I'm going to give you this artificial intelligence tool. With this, you can do enormous amount of work. You can reduce your manpower. You can generate more profit by not paying them salary, right?
Yes.
All that kind of thing. So this area has made certain, firms or the companies which are developing these artificial AI tools to various types of operations are looking at good ransom money by selling their AI tools to big firms wherein they can, make a glorious business. This is one scenario again. In this scenario, if too many artificial intelligence tools, AI tools are going to be produced, and that is going to really put it hands on people losing their jobs. What I can do with, hundreds and thousands of people, I will be able to do with them by investing initial investment of so and so money, by buying certain number of tools, and then the money that I'm going to save in the next few years, paying their, controlling the salaries, which is not going to be paid, I'm going to make so much of profit, right?
Yes.
So what happens to the livelihood of the people who are depending on that firm? It's going to go. And that's going to create famine in the end. Already, people who are losing their jobs in the IT field go up to the extent of killing themselves and not able to meet their EMIs. You agree to it?
Yes.
So artificial intelligence is driving us crazy now, because mankind wants to do something always new and new and new and new and new. But the people who are involved in AI, developing AI tools for various sectors in the world, they are not bothered about the livelihood of the people. So what is happening? The top advanced nations today are not in a position to stop firms developing AI tools for many business friends, for many operations, where thousands and thousands and thousands of people are involved doing the job with the current system. And if this is going to take off in the next 25 years, it is going to be such a sad scenario. The people are going to run out of food because they'll not have money to buy food, because they're going to lose their jobs. So every top nation in this world, advanced countries in this world, working hard, the government is working hard to come out with rules and regulations to control AI tools. But they are not in a position to realize where to stop, where not to stop. There are many discussions are going on with every top country government in the world. There are many expert panels are working, how to control this, the birth of AI, the rise of AI.
Actually, when industrialization happened, same thing people told, that people will go out of work and it's going to be tools are going to be replaced by instead of people. But this is happening again in the AI.
Satish said to the group.
It is also happening now. So there will be some way out of blue where AI is going to help mankind, isn't it?
If AI is going to help mankind with respect to save loss of jobs, it's fine. If it's going to work the other way around, then it's going to be paid. See, the labor law, whatever that every country follows, okay, it becomes a hindrance to many type of industries or type of businesses, right? So the corporates go around, using their muscle weight to the rulers who are ruling the countries to adjust the labor law according to what they want, right? And that happens everywhere in the world. Now, AI is something which is threatening now. Maybe what you're saying is correct. Maybe more people may get job by developing AI. Ultimately, AI is going to reduce manpower. Where AI is going to reduce manpower, and that's going to be a sad scenario. How will you accommodate people? See, already if you take the unemployment percentage of every country in this world, they run into good huge percentage. On top of it, whatever amount of people who are working in various areas are going to be losing their jobs with the rise of AI, and that's going to be a little crazy. But guys who are involved in the rise of AI, handling, developing tools of AI and all that, they say that we don't need to fear for it because it's going to generate more jobs. It is easy to say, but will that going to happen? If that happens, that it is not going to make people lose jobs, then it is fine. And if it is going to work the other way around, with the AI tools going to take over the manpower, then the whole world, human society catastrophe will be very, very, very high. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much for listening. Meet you all on another interesting podcast.